Hello everyone, welcome to City Skylines Unmodded Springwood City episode 3. In the previous episode, we actually built that cemetery that you see right there, and along with that, the most important thing we did was build this commercial park to balance out the rising commercial demand. Now, before this episode and the previous one, I did some work off screen, which I'll show you guys right now. So the first thing was to move this road from here to here. And let me actually just get rid of that and get rid of this. Oh, I think that's not what I wanted to do. Just a second. Where was this one? This one was this. So let me add it back. And I think, yeah, I've basically moved that road there. And this would be our main avenue that will connect these two areas, which we discussed in the previous episode. With this one, I think if you guys remember, there was a straight road going in through, leading right up to this park. But I've removed that, and now the main road that they will use is to come in from here and then use this road to get inside this area. And this is actually perfect because it leads straight up to the entrance of this park, which is where the arrow is. So yeah, it turns out to be beautiful. The only bad thing about this, which I don't like, is this is not center aligned to the road, which I can't do much about, but yeah, that's that. And this commercial block is actually looking quite nice. There are good developments getting built up right around that park. My intent here is to make sure that we future-proof our city for commercial demand, which these streets can't always keep up. There's always some limited space. So this dedicated area can always help with that. And in the future, we can keep expanding around the roads that we've already built. So yeah, let me just remove this road and upgrade this road with this one to make it easy for people to get in. The reason why I did this was to make some space between our main intersection coming from the highway to the access points for both of these zones. And having this distance is nice just to make sure that the traffic doesn't back up as much as with the previous layout. Now, the next thing which I did off screen was to extend these industrial zones into these 4 blocks. I already made a basic structure for this in the previous episode, but I kind of refined it further with industrial roads now, and my plan is to extend it up until this point and not go any further because we have that mountain there. The one thing that I'd like to check real quick is education. I think one of the things, so we have at this point 242 eligible kids. I don't know if we need another school. I mean, at some point I will, for sure. There are a lot of homes with no schooling at this point. I'm wondering how much difference will it make if I move this here just so that it's easier for people from both of these zones to access the school. I don't know if that will make a difference, but at least having it on the main avenue might make more sense for now. But let's not get too stuck on that. I think we need to move forward and plan the rest of the city. I think one of the things I'd like to do in this episode is zone this part of the city, maybe with more residential. We'll probably need to bring this road up until this point and see how we can plan this. So for that, I'm going to use the dirt road to extend this section of the road to that point. And I think I'll leave it at that. Probably at this point, we can start thinking about how to zone that. And like I mentioned in the previous episode, we want to make it as organic as possible. So we probably will do that. I think, let me just quickly see what kind of zone. So we have some farmlands here. Oh, we've got some power issues, it seems. Let's just quickly check the budget because I'm sure that's the problem. So let's move it to maybe 90. Okay, 95. Yeah, that seems to be working fine, I think. And we've got some garbage issues as well. I think let's check. Well, the budget for that is fine. So what's the problem really? There aren't any trucks coming in. That's going to be a problem. Let's just quickly see what's happening. Oh, are these? Is this not able to handle that? Maybe we need more of these then. Because, yeah, I think that's probably what we need. We should add one of these. So, hold on. Maybe, I don't know if this traffic backup is a problem. Oh, you know what? Actually, we probably need to add the recycling center anyway because the red bar, I completely forgot about that. That is decreasing. So yeah, now this should help with that for sure. I think the next thing we probably should figure out is this traffic backup because regardless of how many recycling centers we have, this would be a problem. So I am going to change this traffic light into a two-way stop like this. It's not exactly realistic, but it helps this flow. So I'm just going to roll with that for the moment and see if that changes anything. But yeah, I think that's good for now. So I think we should probably, oh, actually, you know what? We have a lot of residential demand. So let's just add this block into a residential zoning space as well. And I don't know if we want to actually zone this strip because it's too close to the highway. I mean, it's not exactly too close, but still, I kind of want to leave that a little bit more empty. Maybe we can think about like oh, we have some problems going on over here. What's going on? Not enough customers. Okay, that's going to be a problem. And educated workers as well. That's going to be a problem as well, even though we don't see it right now. So maybe we can fix that with the school, because I mentioned earlier that we probably need to review that. So I don't know if we actually don't have enough kids for the high school, because it has a capacity of 1,000 students. And the demand is about 573. So I don't know. It might be a bit too early for that. What would be smart though would be to add another elementary school just so that we have that balanced demand for high school a little bit quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this elementary school at this corner, and then I'm going to move this one. Let's move it to this corner. So it's kind of a little bit more balanced this way. I know I mentioned earlier that I want it closer to the main avenue, but now that we have two of them, I think it makes sense to have it at the ends. So yeah, we already see some homes start upgrading because of that, which is nice. And I don't know how easy it will be for everyone else around to access this, but I think it's fine for now. So yeah, let's just move on and see what we can do next. So I keep getting distracted by other things, but this episode mainly is for extending this part of the city into a new residential development. So that's what we will be focusing on next. So I'm going to make this into a time lapse and see you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, so for the expansion of the new residential area, I was thinking of making something really inorganic, as I mentioned in the previous episode. So my plan here is to make two sets of almost parallel roads. One is following the contour of the lake and the other one is kind of a little bit farther apart, but still maintaining that curve in a certain way. Now, here in between these two roads, I have a lot of space, which I can use for my residential development. And I'm trying to make something a little bit more interesting here, while at the same time using the space as efficiently as possible. And one last thing I wanted to do was to make sure the upper road is the main avenue. Now here you can see me redoing this entire layout once again, because I realized it was not the most efficient layout possible in this space. So I was trying to make sure that I'm using the space as well as possible, while at the same time maintaining that level of interestingness, for a lack of a better word, I guess. But with that, this came to an end and I touched it up with proper services like water and electricity, and added my first set of zones here for residential blocks. And I added up some services like police station, fire station, and connected it with the commercial area. And that brings us to the end of the time lapse. We have some issues here in terms of educated workers. So I'm just going to dezone these areas for now, just so that we have that demand in check. And then we'll add more when we have more demand. Right now is actually a really good time to add residential because we have a lot of demand, and this is the perfect time because we just finished making these streets. So I'm just going to zone all of these areas into my new residential development. And let's just quickly see how it turns out. I think the homes, especially next to the lake, look really good. The one thing that I don't like is this undulation in the terrain, which I probably fix at some point in the future. But for now, this is going good. Oh, we've got some water issues here, eh? Okay, let's just... Oh, there is that one house that doesn't have water. Okay, wow. All right, my friend, let me just give you some water so that your situation will be sorted. I think that's good. While we're at this, let's just review the power situation as well. Let's just check if there is anything out of the ordinary here. And we've got look at that. This is what the problem with this asset is. So there is that electric pole right in front of that house, which is what I don't like. So let's just fix that. We probably don't even need these poles, so we can get rid of these from here. Just making sure that no one gets to see a light pole in front of their face every morning. But anyway, let's just move on. I think I'm just going to review the budget once again. Let's just bring it back to 100. For now, I think we should be good at this point. We are good with money. So yeah, new homes are getting built, which is nice. I don't know if we'll be able to reach our next milestone. And actually we have some new industrial demand. So let's just get right on with that. I'm going to make this next block into industrial as well. And speaking of the next milestone, I think it is at, no, it's at 5,000. Okay, I thought it was at 7,000. So I think 5,000 is more achievable. We'll probably be able to reach that milestone in this episode. But yeah, we have some commercial demand as well. So I'm going to rezone these blocks into commercial once again. And with that, I think we have some good amount of traffic coming in. We probably need to think about this road at some point at this intersection. Probably not right now, but pretty soon actually. But yeah, with that, I think that is looking good. We have some new homes built up in this area as well, which is nice. I think this area is exactly looking like how I imagined it to be, so which is always good. Oh, you know what? One thing that we should probably do right away is check these roads because when do these unlock, by the way? Oh, it's at 5,000. Okay, we can probably wait it out. So I was going to say that we should probably upgrade these roads to proper roads because sometimes on curved roads, things just like to rezone after a road has been upgraded. But I think we are good for now. I'm just going to continue zoning these. We have a lot of residential demand, so we can just do whatever we want at this point. Just look at all of these new homes getting built up. Alright, so we still have some issues with the workers here. So one of the things that I was thinking we can probably do to kind of fix this issue is to provide some kind of pathways between different neighborhoods. So for that, I'm just going to connect, if I can do this right, let me just, you know what? I'll probably just unlock, let me do the grid. And yeah, so from here, I'll connect this to the industrial zone just like that. And yeah, that is looking fairly good, I would say. So I'll do the same thing for the pathways between these two residential neighborhoods as well. And yeah, so, oh, people are using this, but this is looking weird. In this corner, I don't really like that. But I think we are good for now, at least. I'm just going to make this connection over here. We'll probably review that later on once we upgrade those roads. But yeah, this is looking good, I would say. Oh, we have got some power issues here, eh? So I don't... Well, this is not a budget issue for sure. Let's just... Yeah, this seems to be fine. So that means we'll probably need a new power plant. So for that, I'm just going to add a new coal power plant here. And that should hopefully fix all our power issues. Yeah, it did. So we just need to rebalance the budget a little bit over here. Let's just do that. And let's check how we are doing. Oh, it's a little bit too low. Let's just bring it back a little bit more. And that should be fine. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I would say some of these homes in this new neighborhood look pretty good. The only thing that I don't really like about this is these undulations in the terrain that, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, there is apparently no way around that. I'll probably balance that out a little bit more later on, but I think we are good for now. So yeah, with that, we have a lot more residential demand. So I'm just going to continue developing the rest of this area into residential as well. Okay guys, we have developed this new residential area, and with that I think we are doing pretty good. I'm just going to quickly check if there are any issues over here. It doesn't seem like there are. And these new residents will need education. So okay, actually before that we probably should review the education budget. It seems like we haven't reached enough capacity for a high school yet. So what I'd like to do is probably decrease the budget for education a little bit more because we have more elementary schools than we need. So we can probably save some money over here. Oh, not that much, and not this one. This one, please. Thank you. And yeah, let's just increase this a little bit more because we'll need new schools for the new residents, which is, yeah, it's good for now. So I think we are good. We have a lot of industrial and commercial demand going in. So we probably should do this. And this might be our last industrial zoning in this area at least. We'll probably need to start thinking about where next we can move industries. But yeah, with that, I think let's start thinking about the commercial expansion. So it would have been nice actually if at this point we had the high density commercial available to us. But since we don't have it, we have to make do with the low density one for the next set of expansion. So that's what we will probably do right now, since we have no other option. So yeah, let me just zone these into low density commercial for now. And I think that's good enough for now. In terms of these homes are looking really nice. There's new neighborhood, there are people coming in, and yeah, it's looking good. We have a lot more residential demand now, so we should probably start thinking about adding more homes in this area, because as long as I remember, yeah, I have not used all the zones which are available to us. So, and yeah, by the way, we should also extend this road. So I'll just do that and see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so I extended the road a little bit further, but now we have garbage issues in this new neighborhood. So I'll just add a new recycling center over here, because I'm speculating that the trucks from up here are not able to reach the new neighborhood, which is a little bit weird. I don't really know why that's happening. But, oh, you know, we have some customer issues as well over here. That's not good. So I wonder what's exactly causing all these. Oh, we have a lot of traffic backing up over here. So it seems like that's what is causing all these issues, eh? So what we can do right now is we probably don't need to upgrade that intersection into something else like a roundabout or something. But what we can do, what we can get away with doing right now is maybe upgrading this road into a 6-lane road. So that might ease up a little bit more traffic. I just don't want to get into upgrading that intersection right away, because I want to see what that traffic pattern eventually ends up into now that we have this new neighborhood. Speaking of which, we actually have a lot more residential demand coming up, so we should just start thinking about zoning more residential space. So let's just quickly see where all we have the space to actually do that. We have some open blocks over here. That's a really good area. And we have some over here. I think for this one, I am going to zone the blocks around the main avenue into residential as well. So that's what I'm going to do right away over here. Let's just, oh, not this one. I'm going to change this into residential, and I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright guys, so it seems like we are a little bit short of 5,000 right now. We need some more homes, but it seems like there is no residential demand even though there is space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit more commercial over here, just so that we can get that residential demand a little bit more in balance. And hopefully with that, we'll get some more residents. And what are these cars doing over here? Are these people who actually parked here and then went in this area? That would be really weird. And I don't, like I mentioned earlier, don't really like the way this looks. We'll probably change that later on, but I think we are good for now. And we actually have some space for expanding over here, so that's good. We always can use that. And oh, we've got some water issues over here. So let's just quickly check the budget for that. Oh, it seems like that's not a problem. So we'll probably need to add a new water tank. So that's something that we'll do right away. And we can actually technically use this one, but never mind. It's near the residence, so it's not going to be good. So yeah, let's just add a new tank, and I think we should probably start thinking about moving these tanks to a little bit farther away from the residential area, because it will create noise and that will eventually create some more problems for us. So yeah, I'm just going to delete this line, and let me just add a new line right over here. And let's connect this to the main line, like so. That is looking good. I think we probably should also add a new sewage treatment plant. We already have one. Let's just add one more. If I can find a proper space for this. Come on. I think this is good. All right, so that should be good. Now let's just review the budget situation for this. That sewage thing will probably increase in a little bit. Let's just see that. So why is this not increasing? Let's just, oh, okay. Silly me. I haven't connected that to a piping layout like so. So yeah, I think that should probably fix that issue. The kind of problems that keep happening in this game, eh? But anyway, let's just, oh, that's too low. No, let's bring that up a little bit more. Come on. Yeah, I think, okay, that should be good. Let's just leave it a little bit higher than required. All right. So now looking at the rest of the actually, let's just zone the rest of this avenue into residential as well, just so that we have like people start coming in as soon as that demand starts increasing. I was earlier thinking that I'll make that avenue, the zones around that avenue into office spaces, but it seems like that's not going to work out anymore. But that's fine. I mean, this is fairly realistic. We do have homes around main avenues in real life as well. And the one thing which I'd do is add this line into commercial as well, just so that that demand starts increasing. And look at how quickly the new shops are coming up. I think we are doing pretty well. We are actually like 50 people away from 5K. So it can happen anytime now, really. Yeah, we just need more homes, and we have all these zones already zoned into residential. So they should be upgrading into roads, which is what is happening right now. And yeah, I think I'm quite happy with what we have done in this episode. I'm not sure if you guys are. Just let me know in the comments below. And oh, there we go. We already reached that new milestone. So with this, we have a lot more new things with all these new roads. So it's perfect time to start upgrading roads in the next episode. And we have a lot more new facilities, which is great, which is always great. So yeah, I think that gives us a lot more things to do next. The one thing which I'd like to do next is actually build some kind of park alongside that lake, that shoreline that we are looking at right now, because we are essentially taking away this natural forest-like area which we were given. So I'm just going to balance that out a little bit with a park. So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is I'm going to decorate this new neighborhood a little bit more. I think we have a lot more new roads now, so we can, like I mentioned, start upgrading all these roads. I was waiting for that actually, so that's something that we can definitely do. And the next thing is we can probably buy a piece of land. Maybe this one for the farm industries could be a good option, but we'll think about that when we get there. I think right now we are good. We have a lot more space yet to develop. And there is a lot more industrial space actually over here as well. So that's where I can probably think about expanding our industries. But yeah, we'll do all of this into the next episode. I think we are good for now in this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, a goodbye.